What is going on, everybody? Hope y'all guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope y'all guys saw the week 3 matches, some crazy games that nobody was expecting to happen. Green Bay lost to the Giants. Wasn't expecting that. Close game between the Buccaneers. Several blocked field goals. A revision of the choke game from the Rams when Falcons did that in Super Bowl. So we'll see how this week goes. If we get any more crazy matchups or crazy comebacks or close games, we'll see. But guys, before I continue, please like, subscribe to the channel. Trying to grow, trying to get this to at least 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe, or who knows. And right now, last week I was 13-3. This week I had a slump week, falling to 10-6. Like I said, most of the games that I predicted I wasn't expecting on. So hopefully again this week can bounce me back up. So again, hopefully we see some crazier games than we saw last week. So alrighty. Going into the first game we got is Thursday night football between the Seattle Seahawks taking on against the Arizona Cardinals. Believe this will be the first game that both teams will be wearing the rivals jerseys. This is one from Seattle. Arizona's probably gonna be wearing theirs during that game. So it'd be cool to see the rival jerseys this year. So again, we'll see how this one goes. Seattle beat the heck out of Saints last week. Arizona took a L against the 49ers, a banged up 49ers team. But again, we'll see how this game goes. I do got the Seattle Seahawks winning this game 28-14. We'll see how this one, again, it's going to be a good game, hopefully. But again, I got Seattle winning this game, taking the 1-1 possible matchup in this game. So we'll see. First game on Sunday, we got a early morning riser game, a second international game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dublin, Ireland. This is where the game is going to be held. First game in Ireland for the NFL. It's going to be good to watch. Steelers pulled off a good win last week against the Patriots, and the Vikings put up a decent game last week. I know JJ McCarthy did pretty decent against the Bengals. So, and then I know Bengals don't have Joe Burrow, so it was pretty decent for them. At least for the Bengals, try to at least come back. So, but again, this is gonna be a good matchup in Dublin. Hopefully, we'll see how this game goes. But I do believe I have the Steelers. No, my bad. No, not Steelers. The Minnesota Vikings taking the win in this one. Possible 42-38. Possibly a high-scoring game. This one could be a little lower. If it was a lower one, probably 28-20. But it's gonna be a high-scoring game. Aaron Rodgers is not gonna let up the gas on this one. So again, 42-38. Minnesota. Next game we got is back in the States. Coming back into the U.S., we got the basically another Kurt Bowl, but this time he's actually going to be starting this time after what happened to the Falcons last week, since they lost big time to the Carolina Panthers, 30-0. Yeah, 30-0. So This will be a good game for Kirk Cousins, especially playing against his former team before they changed their name to the Commanders. So I do have. I know Jalen Daniels is out, and a couple key weapons are out. Don't know how Marcus Mariota is going to be against this team, but I feel like the Falcons could make a bounce back game in this one with Kirk. So I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Hopefully they like that win. I got them winning 30 to 20. 30 to 20. A 10-point ball game. So this will be a good game for Kurt and against his former team. So next we got is a rematch game of the NFC Championship game with the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's gonna be a good rematch for this game. Possibly an easy win for the Eagles. I know the Bucks did pretty good against the Jets last week. Eagles had a crazy game, crazy comeback win against the Rams. So again, this is gonna be a good one. But I do think the Eagles can make a good game out of this one. 32 to 30 ball game. It's gonna be a 2-point possession game. It's gonna be close. So again, it's gonna be a good one. Next game, I don't know if I much want to talk about it. It's gonna be a shutout game for the Bills against the Saints, since Seattle Seahawks did blew them out last week too. The Saints, 41 to 21 or something like that. And I think the Bills are gonna do the same thing, blow them out. Possible 42 to 10. That's a no-brainer on that one. So next game is a scary game to watch, especially for the Cleveland Browns, since they beat a good Green Bay Packers team last week, and the Lions getting the win on Monday night. That game on Monday was crazy to watch, especially for Derrick Henry. Hopefully he can improve next week, because 3 forced fumbles is insane. That's the most in NFL right now. So Derrick needs to step up and try to carry the ball more efficient. So, but not talking about the Ravens, the Lions and Browns. This one could be a scary game, possible trap game for the Lions, but I do think that the Lions can continue their win streak against the Browns. Possible 21 to 20 ball game. Yes, it sounds scary. It's close, but how the Packers were against the Browns defense, it's going to be the same with this one, with Aiden Hutchinson for the Lions and Myles Garrett for the Browns. It's going to be a tight game, like how it was for the Packers. So I think it's going to be a closer game as well, 21 to 20 for the Lions. Next game we have is the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. Another division showdown. I know Houston, they didn't have much of a good game last week against the Jaguars, losing. Tennessee, same thing. They didn't do pretty good last week against the Colts, since they got shut out 41 to or 44 to 14, something like that. So, but yeah, I think in this game, I know Texans will get that bounce back in the matchup. Possible 24. It's crazy enough, possibly 6. 24-26 game for this one. Don't see much of Tennessee doing anything. So, again, 24-26 and this one. Next game we have is the Carolina Panthers taking on against the New England Patriots. I know Carolina, they did a great game against Atlanta last week. Like I said, blowing them out 30-0. I don't know if they're going to do it again against Drake May and the Pittsburgh, not Pittsburgh, Patriots. So I know they lost against the Steelers last week, so I think this could be a bounce back of a game for them. I think it's gonna be a close game. I got them 28-24 New England in this ball game. It's gonna be a good one, hopefully. Next game, don't know if I don't want to talk about it too much, since it's the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New York Giants. This is gonna be a struggle game for the Giants, and especially rookie star Jackson Dart will be starting after Russell Wilson's performance on a Sunday night, losing that game 20-9, a low score game. Yeah, the Giants realized they messed up on signing Russell Wilson. He didn't do too much. He didn't do too good with the Broncos after Seattle traded him. Didn't do decently with the Steelers, and they got rid of him. And Giants now have him and realizing they messed up. But I do think this could be a good game for Jackson, at least, to get his footing in the NFL. But for a first start, I think it's not going to be decent. I think it's going to be a 30-14 ball game. So it's going to be a good one for Jackson. So we'll see how this one will go. Next few games are going to be crazy to talk about, with, of course, a hot Indianapolis Colts taking on the LA Rams. So before I jump into this, I want to talk about the Colts. So I'll put the game back, but I'm going to talk about the Colts schedule. So the Colts, they have the Rams, the Raiders, the Cardinals the week after the third team. It's like, I don't know if they're going to keep it consistent with these games. The Chargers the third team. So they have a tough schedule until week 8. So some of these could be trap games. Some of these could be decent games. Yeah, so Rams, Arizona, Chargers, and I believe the Texans they face as well. No, the Raiders. So those 4 games, it's possibly going to be either a trap game or what. So, but who knows? They could prove anybody wrong. But in this matchup, though, I do see I won't consider it as a upset at home, but I do think it's going to be an upset at home for Daniel Jones and the Colts. I do believe it's going to be a tight ball game, though. I got the Rams going 32-30 ball game. Like I say, it's gonna be a close game for this one, so we'll see how this one will go. Like I said, these 4 weeks that the Colts have, it's gonna be tough. So you got 3 out of the 4 above 500 teams. So again, we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully, it's a good one. Hopefully, the Colts can pull it off and prove most of everybody that's going to predict against them wrong. So, and I'm one of them. So again, Rams 32-30. Next game we got is the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on against the San Francisco 49ers. A banged up 49ers team winning against the Arizona Cardinals. Jacksonville beating the Texans. The Mac Jones Bowl, since Mac Jones used to be a backup for Jacksonville. So this one could be a really good game for Mac Jones. He's going to probably keep it consistent in this one. Jacksonville, they're probably going to keep pace with them after how they did against the Texans. But I do think that the 49ers can pull off this win. Possibly 24-21. It's going to be close, so we'll see how this one goes. It's going to be a good game for Mac Jones to prove to the Jags, prove to the Patriots that they were wrong for letting him go. So again, 24-21, 49ers. And that was the last game on Fox. And we're about to go to the 2 games left for the CBS games. But first, I'm going to go in this order because I feel like this is how it's going to be. Next is going to be the Chicago Bears taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Chicago pulling a crazy game against them Dallas Cowboys. Nobody was expecting the Bears to win, but I mean, good for them. I'm glad they beat the Cowboys because they're not doing so hot either way, no matter if with or without Micah Parsons. So, but the Bears, though, they pulled off a good game against the Cowboys. Raiders, not too decent of a game last week. So I know they were having a struggle time against the Commanders last week. Marcus Mariota pulled off a good win against his former team. I don't know how Chicago's going to be in this game heading to Vegas, but I do think that the Bears can pull it off. A 34-24 ball game. It'd be a really good game to watch. So again, we'll see how that one goes. Hopefully it's a really good one. Last but not least, before Sunday Night Football, last game on CBS, a rematch of Week 1. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, this was a rematch of Week 1. I know the whole Bigfoot thing in the end zone cost them last year. But this year they're going to get their revenge against the Kansas City Chiefs. I know Ravens, like I said, last week on Sunday night, on Monday night, my bad, Monday night against the Lions, their offense was not clicking very well, so hopefully they can re-click in this game, and let the Chiefs drop to 1-3. So, and for the Chiefs, they did a pretty decent game against the Giants. I mean, I still think it was a stinker of a game. They should have changed that Sunday night game to something else, but again, that game's already over with, so at least we don't have to see the 20-9 ball game anymore. So, but in this matchup, though, I think the Ravens can make a bounce back in this game. Possible 28-20 ball game, 28-20 ball game for the Ravens. Hopefully, they can make a good bounce back. And finally, Sunday night football against the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Micah Parsons coming back to Dallas. That's gonna be a good game to watch. I saw a post saying Jerry Jones is not doing a tribute video to Micah Parsons, even though he's done a lot for that organization. But Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones. He's a greedy guy. He doesn't know how to properly keep a team good. He thinks he could be good as America's team. They're not anymore. They were when they won those 6 Super Bowls, and they can't continue since then. But hopefully that the Green Bay Packers and Micah Parsons can pull off a good win like the Bears did against the Cowboys. I think Michael Parsons is going to get a good couple sacks off of Dak Prescott. Probably a couple interceptions, hopefully. I see this game 32-28 ball game for the Green Bay Packers. So that's it for most of the Sunday games and Thursday games. Next two final games on Monday. We have, first off, another Rivals possible showing with the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. New York had a close game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were close to winning it. They had a good interception at the end of the play, but it wasn't much to pull off a win. So hopefully they can bounce back in this one. I know Miami is struggling as well, so hopefully that the Jets can pull off this win. I got the Jets winning this game 42-28 ball game. Yes, that is a high score for the Jets, but Dolphins are struggling. So I think it's going to be a 42-28 or 20 ball game. Yeah, 42-20. That's what I'm going to go with. 42-20. Dolphins ain't going to do so much. Tyreek Hill is going to try to request a trade out of Miami. So, and who knows if Mike McDaniel is going to get fired after this week. So, last but not least, the game we have is the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. But before I go into this, please like, subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. Hopefully, keep making content for y'all. So please, let's get to 1,000 likes, subs. Let's try to get there. Hopefully this week is a lot more better, crazier upsets. Hopefully we'll see in this game, these matchups. So I'm hoping. Alrighty, going back to the Cincinnati Bengals and Denver Broncos. Cincy again didn't pull off a stinker game against the Minnesota Vikings. The Denver Broncos, they were close. They were close against the Chargers. They were one of the teams that had a blocked field goal. I know there's like 3 or 4 that had blocked field goals. 2 of them returns, 1 just regular block. But I do think with a struggling Cincinnati team, I think Denver can pull off this win, winning it 28-14 ball game. Possibly if the Bengals keep struggling, probably Jamar is going to probably request a trade out as well. So 28-21 for the Denver Broncos. So again, hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos, my posts that I always love to create for y'all. Again, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next cast.